What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? It's Daniel, and welcome back to our video. Today, I'll be doing my 2025 NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series Championship predictions. I'm going to go through all four drivers that are competing for the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series title and tell you which of these four drivers will be your champion at the end of this week and at the end of this year. So anyways, let's go ahead and just jump straight into it. The first driver that will be competing for the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series Championship this weekend in Phoenix is Cory Heim. Cory Heim has had an unbelievably amazing season so far in the 2025 year. With 11 wins so far this season, which is most for a single driver in Truck Series history. In 30 years this Truck Series has been around, he has scored 18 top 5s, has 20 top 10s, has led 1,525 laps, which is the second most laps led in a single season ever, and could break that record this weekend in Phoenix, and has a 5.2 average finish throughout this year. Cory Heim, like I mentioned, has been absolutely phenomenal and incredible. In the last 10 or 11 races in particular, since Pocono where he finished in 23rd, he has finished no worse than third with 6 or 7 wins in the last 10 races in particular. He has been phenomenal throughout the year so far and is having one of statistically the best seasons so far. He probably should have the Truck Series Championship locked up at this point, but he does have to go to Phoenix to try to win the title. Cory Heim is the 100% the most deserving driver to win the title this year. Now, he has been solid at Phoenix. He's not been spectacular at Phoenix. He's always had a top-tier, top-4 truck. He did have the fastest truck in the early portion of 2023 in the event, but got taken out by Carson Hocevar. He's looking for redemption from the last couple of years. He's looking to get it done. I think he'll have a pretty good truck considering this track is very similar to New Hampshire, and we know that you've got to be really good at New Hampshire to be really good here. And a lot of guys that have been good at New Hampshire tend to be good at Phoenix. So I expect Cory Heim to have a really good truck at Phoenix. I think he's going to have a really solid chance and opportunity because he's been really fast here. He may not have to go to victory lane to pick up the championship this year. He may need to win, who knows. But Cory Heim does have a really solid and really good opportunity to win the title. He deserves a championship without question. The most deserving driver on this list. Had an amazing and fantastic year. We'll see if Cory Heim will be your champion at the end of this week. Let's get it done this weekend in Phoenix and try to win his first title after having an incredible year in 2025. The second driver competing for the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series title in 2025 is Majeski. Now, Majeski has not won a single race so far this year. He has 9 top 5s, 17 top 10s, has only led 190 laps so far this season, which is the second most of drivers on the list competing for the championship, and does have a 10.2 average finish. While Majeski has not led a ton of laps so far, I will give him credit for one thing. He has been pretty consistent so far this year. Of the 24 races we've ran, he's finished in the top 10 17 times. But he doesn't have the raw pace and speed to go out there and beat a guy like Cory Heim there. But Majeski does have a pretty big advantage. That advantage is Phoenix. Majeski's been historically amazing at Phoenix. Was really good there in 2023, faster in 2022, and of course in 2024, he went to pick up the win in victory. But he wasn't as good as New Hampshire as I think we all were expecting. Cory Heim was stronger in that event. Chandler Smith and Lane Riggs were quicker in that event, and I think that could hurt Majeski a little bit going into this race. But we know Thorso Racing, they've shown up at Phoenix, they've won the last couple times we've been there, including in 2023. I do think Majeski is going to have a solid chance and opportunity to get it done. I think he's got a potential to do it, considering, again, how good the Thor Sport trucks have been at the track. I think he is going to bring some strong pace and really good speed out this weekend to the track of Phoenix. I think the team is going to do what they can to try to give Majeski the best chance and opportunity to try to steal the championship from Cory Heim. He'll look to get it done this weekend. We'll see if the 98 team can bring the pace. I think they've got a decent chance and opportunity. We'll see how things go. But Majeski goes in with having a solid shot and opportunity with how good he's been in Phoenix, looking for his first win of the year. Probably doesn't have to win the race to win the title at this point, but he'll be starting and be the second guy we talk about here who could have a shot to win the championship. The third driver competing for the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series Championship in 2025 is Tyler Ankrum. Tyler Ankrum has 1 win so far in the 2025 season. That one coming at Rockingham Speedway, the first time he's won a race since Kentucky back in 2019. He has 8 top 5s, 15 top 10s, has led 102 laps this year, a lot of those coming at Rockingham, and has a 10.7 average finish. This has been no doubt the best season that Tyler Ankrum's had in his NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series career. He's had a career so far in the Truck Series. And Tyler Ankrum, to be fair, at tracks similar to this, he has been pretty solid. He had a pretty good run at Martinsville this past week, scoring, I believe, a top 5 or top 10 finish. Had a pretty good truck throughout that race and got enough stage points to just barely make it into the championship for this year. The first time he's ever competed for a championship. He'll be looking to use that momentum of the last couple races to try to make his way in to have an opportunity to get it done, because he has been all right at Phoenix in the past. He doesn't have the best stats of the drivers competing for the title here at this point, but I do think that what McAnally Hilgeman does have is they could use some of the setups that guys like Christian Eck has had before. Remember, Christian Eck has actually won the race, in 2023, not Ben Rhodes. I think that could be something that they could absolutely use those setups from a couple of years back to try to potentially give Tyler Ankrum a chance and opportunity to win the title. He'll be looking to win his second race of the year, which will be the second most of the drivers competing for a title this year. He looks to get it done. I think Ankrum has a decent shot and opportunity. He's had a career year, and I'll give Tyler Ankrum the credit he deserves for having a career year so far, but I think he's definitely maybe one of the weaker guys competing for a championship this year. He'll look to get it done this weekend at Phoenix, look to win his first Truck Series championship, look to get his second win of the year, maybe his third career Truck Series win. He'll look to get that done, try to win the championship this weekend. Again, I think they'll bring a decent truck for him out to the track this weekend at Phoenix. We'll see if Ankrum can have a chance. I think he probably will have a decent enough truck to be up there competing for a championship at the end of the race at Phoenix. And the fourth final driver who will be competing for the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series title this weekend is Kaden Honeycutt. Kaden Honeycutt has 0 wins so far in 2025, has only 3 top 5s and 13 top 10s, and has only led 51 laps so far this year, and has a 13.2 average finish. The biggest reason Kaden Honeycutt made the Final Four this year is because of a tiebreaker where they decided to go off of points in a round, in the best finish in a round, instead of basically going off of wins, which NASCAR focuses a lot on the wins, and for some reason in this situation they didn't go off of wins, they came off the tiebreaker. But still, it has been a very tumultuous year for Kaden Honeycutt. Kaden Honeycutt, of course, lost his ride with Nice Motorsports as he's rumored to be going to Tricon Garage in the 2026 year to probably take over the 11 truck from Cory Heim, who likely won't be full-time next year. He'll be looking to use the momentum after a great run at Martinsville to try to win the championship. And he does have a little bit of advantage because Homer Friesen Racing has been pretty good here in the past. Back in 2019, Stuart Friesen went to victory lane at this track, and a couple years ago in 2023, that truck with Stuart, we all forget when Hocevar and Heim wrecked each other, but Stuart Friesen had a pretty fast truck in that event as well. I think Stuart was pretty quick in the race last year as well. So I think that could give Kaden a chance and opportunity. It would probably be the biggest feel-good story if Kaden was to go out there and win the title, but let's be real, Lane Race probably should have the spot at this point. But for Kaden, it has been a decent year considering all things. He's had a career year. He will win the Rookie of the Year this year, which I think is well-earned this season. I think he will, if not mistaken. I think he will be a Rookie of the Year this year because Kaden is a full-time guy this season. But Kaden's had a solid year looking for his first truck win, trying to win his first ever race and win the title. We'll see how Kaden does things this weekend. I do think the Homer Friesen is going to try to do what they can to try to give Kaden a chance and opportunity to win the title. We'll see how things go. I think this number 52 truck, though, will show some decent speed. We'll see if Kaden can be a factor to try to win the title this weekend in Phoenix and try to win his first ever title in the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series. So, those are the 4 drivers who are competing for the Truck Series title. Who do I think is going to win the title? I'm just going to say this right away. I think Tyler Ankrum and Kaden Honeycutt, I don't think they have a chance to win the title. I think Kaden Honeycutt is actually the least likely to win the title at this point. Kaden, it's good to see him in the Final Four, but he hasn't had the consistent pace and speed that the top 2 guys have had this year, and hasn't been at points as strong as Tyler Ankrum, so I think he's probably the least likely to get it done. Tyler Ankrum, pretty cool to see him in the Final Four for the first time. He's been solid in these playoffs this year. But let's be real, Tyler Ankrum doesn't have the same speed that Cory Heim and Majeski have had so far this year. And I think that's going to lead to, unfortunately, those 2 not winning the championship. So I think those 2 will not be going for the championship at the end of the race. So I think it's going to come down to between 2 drivers, Cory Heim and Majeski. Both have been pretty good at Phoenix in the past. Majeski, the defending winner at this track. But Cory Heim is always up front here competing for wins and victories. And Phoenix just hasn't been able to close out the deal and get it done at Phoenix. I think we're going to have something different happen this time around, though. Just like 2023, where Christian Eckes went to victory lane, I don't think we're going to have the champion be the winner of the race. Because I think Lane Riggs is actually going to come into this weekend and pick up the win and win the race. So that means that I think this year, as I think it should happen, I think Cory Heim is going to be your 2025 NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series champion. I think that Cory Heim's going to do it this year. I think Heim has been the best guy in trucks without question this year. He deserves the title, and I go back to New Hampshire, how strong he was in New Hampshire Motor Speedway. He was quicker than Majeski. Yes, we know Majeski is really, really good at Phoenix, and I think he's going to have a good chance to compete against Heim. I think he's the biggest threat to beat Cory Heim. But Cory Heim needs to win this championship for at least some of the legitimacy of the sport. Because if he doesn't win the championship this year, it is going to be an absolute travesty. But I'm worried that that may not happen. But I think it happens this year. I think Cory Heim will be your champion. I'm going to go with Cory Heim to win the 2025 NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series Championship this weekend at Phoenix. I think he'll be your champion at the end of the day. So that is going to go forward to the 2025 NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series Championship predictions. I want to thank you guys for watching. Please subscribe to the channel, notifications on, so if I win a video, it does go live on my channel. Follow me on Facebook and Instagram, and support me on Patreon as well. Let's go below that and comment your championship prediction for this weekend. Who's your pick to win the championship at Phoenix? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. In a couple hours today, I'll see a NASCAR news video discussing news over the course of the last couple days. We'll talk about the Sam Mayer and Jeff Burton situation. We'll, of course, talk about some of the silly stuff around Harrison Burton and Kaden Honeycutt, and also see Jesse Love re-signing with RCR. We're also going to have some other videos dropping this week. If a penalty comes out later this week, we'll talk about that tomorrow on the channel. On Tuesday, we're, of course, going to have the championship predictions for the Xfinity Series, and we'll have the Truck Series race picks dropping as well. Then on Wednesday, we'll have Cup Championship predictions, Xfinity race picks, and then, of course, we'll have a NASCAR news video dropping. And then on Thursday, we'll have Cup race picks. We'll have, of course, potentially a paint scheme video and other things like that coming out. And then on Friday and Saturday, we'll have reactions to the championship race on who wins the title. It might be rage videos coming depending if Cory Heim doesn't win the championship or Zillage doesn't win the championship. We got a lot of content coming up. People like Haley Deegan, Shane Van Gisbergen, Carl Edwards, Kurt Busch, Kyle Busch, Paul Walsh, Ross Chastain, Sheldon Creed, Sam Mayer, Frankie Muniz, Kyle Larson, Chase Elliott, Ryan Preece, Cletus McFarland, Dodge Ram, Will Brown, Brian Feeney, Cam Waters, Connor Zillish, Junior Motorsports, Daniel Suarez, all the good stuff we'll be talking about on the channel in the coming days and the coming weeks as well. So anyways, like I said, I want to thank you guys for watching today's episode. I'll see you guys next time for more great, awesome NASCAR content, other motorsports content on the channel like this. Take care, everybody.